intention is to be short, to be on the point, to show you stuff that you want to learn. And because I have my masterclass coming on next Tuesday, I wanted to touch a few of the points that I'm going to be covering and the things that I'm going to be teaching you on that masterclass, because I feel it's so important, especially for my ladies who follow me here, who are entrepreneurs, women that are so busy, always on the go. You might be an entrepreneur, but you might also be rocking your 9 to 5, just making your effort to climb that ladder, working for somebody else. But it's also very important that one of the things that I noticed in this journey is that so many of us, when we are hustling so hard and we are pushing for our goals, the first thing, especially for us women, the first thing that we neglect just goes down the drain. What is it? Our health. And it's such a shame, because most of my health coaching clients are exactly like women, executive women, entrepreneurs. As I said, they can be rocking their 9 to 5, or they can have their own businesses. Sometimes it's a side hustle, or they're mommies, but they're super busy. And the first thing they tell me is that I don't have time for my health. But think about it. If you don't have time to take care of your health, if your wellness, overall wellness is not a priority, how can you show up in your best version? How can you show up and give your best to your business, to the people surrounding you, to yourself, if you don't even have the energy to perform at the level that you want to perform, to show up as the baddest woman that you are? I don't know how that can be possible. So that's why I'm so passionate about teaching about these topics, because I feel like the more awareness we create around that, and the more we share our victories, but also our mistakes, I think it's very important. Because for me, sitting here, not only telling you the success stories, I think that's important, but it's more important also that I can share mistakes, so maybe you can avoid them too. Okay, so that's exactly this live that I wanted to do, is to show you, to tell you, to share 3 of those mistakes that I've made in the past that really prevented me from showing up, in my highest version, to giving my all to my business, to the commitments that I have, and to keep up with my career. Because that's something that I think we women almost all the time we do. As I mentioned, we put our health and our wellness in the back burner because of our hustle. But let me tell you, if you don't take care of your health and your wellness, your hustle will be affected. Your bank account will be affected. Your relationships will be affected. So it's important that we take that in consideration. And I think our health is a priority. As a businesswoman and as an entrepreneur, it's one of my main goals, to teach you how to prioritize that without neglecting the other things. Okay. So for me, as many of you know, this year and past year, I launched my Glow Wellness Tour, which is something that I am so excited. It's like my baby, and which is basically a wellness event, cater for women of color. Because as I mentioned before, so many times I feel like the wellness space has neglected women of color for so long. So I wanted to create this safe space for women of color, just to get together and we could discuss these wellness topics that are focused on us. And that's why I created the tour, and it exploded in a way that I was not expecting. I prayed for it, but I was not expecting. And it was so much work, and it was satisfying for me, but it was so much work. And of course, I was here, a holistic health and wellness coach, but I was so busy putting together my event in November last year, and now in June of this year for Philly, that I made so many mistakes that when it comes to my health, that I don't want you guys doing. So I wanted to share those 3 mistakes, the main 3, because I feel like we can do more or less, but for me, these 3 were the ones that really impacted me. So I wanted to share with you those 3. I had to show up for so many TV interviews, radio interviews, even the phone interviews, and then all the meetings, all the travel, planes, you name it. And it was a lot, it was a lot. And I broke so many of the rules, my own rules, when it comes to health and wellness. And I just don't want you to do the same. And I wanted to share those so you see that we all make mistakes, and hopefully you can learn from mine. Okay, so the first mistake I think I did, and this is, I think we all go through that, is that I broke my own rules, my own health and wellness rules, and the practices that I keep doing over the years. And I have my morning routines and I have my afternoon routines, and I know that when we're so busy, sometimes schedules can change and we cannot really do everything always the same way. But I'm pretty consistent with my wellness practices and the things that I do, the things that I eat, because consistency is the key. Okay, and I think consistency and and creating those habits so it doesn't feel like it's a chore. Okay, so I broke my own rules, and I was not prioritizing my wellness. And how can you pour from an empty cup? I was running on an empty cup, and I couldn't pour anything into my projects, anything into my business, because I was running in an empty cup. And that was my first mistake. The first mistake I made is the same one that maybe you have made in the past, is that I pushed my health and my wellness to a second place, and I didn't prioritize that. And I think that's a huge mistake, that one that we can avoid, of course, but a mistake nonetheless. And the more we create awareness of the importance of prioritizing our health and our wellness, even if we're busy, even more when we're busy, I think that the better we will be. So for me, it was definitely a mistake. And when I look in hindsight, I realized how that impacted a lot of the things that I was doing at the moment for all of the projects that I was handling, because I was so tired all the time. I was lethargic. I was not thinking properly, and it did affect my business, and it did affect me. And I'm talking about my business as an entrepreneur, but in reality, when you're feeling like crap, it affects everything, your relationships, everything. So it's important that we take that in consideration. The second mistake, I will say that I started skipping meals. And I think we all do that a lot when we're busy. We're like, oh my gosh, no, I'm so busy. I'm going to run out the door. I'm not going to get breakfast, let's say. Or maybe if you're in an office, you say, I'm going to skip lunch and I'm just going to go straight to dinner. But what happens when you skip meals is that you're sending the signal to your body that you're in a starvation process. And then your body starts accumulating all this other foods that you might be eating, because it feels like, oh, I'm starving, and then I need to hold on to that. And what it creates is like your body doesn't process it properly, and what it does is that it holds on to it, and that's why we start developing like belly and the body fat. And let's not even go to how it disrupts our hormones and our immune system. So that's why it's so funny whenever I hear that have breakfast like a king, eat like a prince, and have dinner like how do you call that, like one of the employees. Because it's true, like your first meal, your breakfast, should be the strongest one, and then lunch, definitely you should have a very nutritious protein and carbs to keep you with energy and all your good fats. But if we start skipping them, that's going to affect you for sure. And that's what I did. Mostly I started skipping breakfast, because I just wanted to start with my day, get on with it, drink coffee, and then out the door. And by noon, I had this terrible headache that no matter what I ate and what I drank during the day, it wouldn't go away. Imagine myself showing up to all these meetings, showing up to TV interviews with this crazy headache. I promised myself that I will never do that again, that I start skipping meal. And when I started skipping meals, what I noticed is that because of the convenience of it, I started doing prepackaged meals. And mind you, they were, plant-based prepackaged meals, but prepackaged at the end, because I feel like prepackaged meals should be just like a thing of convenience every now and then. But when you're using them as a crutch, like, oh, this is my day-to-day life, and I'm always gonna, buy prepackaged food, put it in the microwave, and this is my life, that's not right. That's not sustainable. That's not good for your system, because prepackaged food, the first things is that most of them are super high in sodium. They have all these preservatives just to keep them, shelf stable. And even if they're plant-based, it doesn't mean they're necessarily healthy. So I started eating all these meals, and I started feeling like super bloated, inflamed. My belly was looking like I was like I was 3 months pregnant, and I was not pregnant. And how I was like, what are you doing? Why are you like this? And I was just thinking, and then I realized, of course, because I'm eating all these crappy prepackaged foods, and because I'm busy, because I have a reason, right? I have a reason. I'm super busy. That's why I need to keep eating these prepackaged foods. But the busier you are, the more structure you need. Because if that's your excuse, that you're super busy, and then you start eating all these prepackaged foods and eating outside, or using DoorDash or Uber Eats, first of all, you're gonna spend so much money. And when you annualize all those expenses, trust me, that adds up. And it's a lot of money that you can be investing in your wellness in other ways. And that's one of the things that also I'm going to teach you in the masterclass, how to use the expenses that you're doing mindlessly and invest them in a very intelligent way that can support your wellness. By the way, the masterclass is next Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you have not signed up, you have to sign up right now, because it's going to be jam-packed with information and things you can implement right now and start seeing results. I'm not going to give you like mambo jumbo things that are so in the air that you cannot implement, or crazy things that will cost you an eye and a kidney. No. We're going to give you actionable points that you can start implementing right now. And I want to see you all there, because I think, especially if you are super busy, I love to connect with you ladies. And it doesn't matter if you are employed, if you're an entrepreneur, if you have your own business, the more the merrier. But if you are busy and you want to prioritize your health, this masterclass is for you. So next Tuesday, 8:30, I want to see you there. And you can sign up with the link on my bio. So as soon as we're done here, you're going to go to my profile and click the link on my bio, and you're going to sign up, because it's going to be amazing. So my third mistake, going next, is the last mistake I am going to share today, because remember, we're going to be short, to the point, insightful, and then we're going to keep on going with our day. And tomorrow we're going to see each other again. So my last mistake, and this one, I'm going to say that I feel like so many of us have been there one way or another, and there's no shame on that. But it's important that we, acknowledge them, is that I started every day, at the end of my day, getting a glass of wine to wind up, and wind down, I might say, and just to relax, because I had such a crazy day. I had so many appointments. I had so many meetings. I have so much on my plate that I felt that in order for me to relax at the end of the day, I needed a glass of wine. And when I couldn't have it, I felt like on edge. And I was having issues to go to sleep if I didn't have the glass of wine. So I realized, if my body is asking me for a glass of wine every day in order for me to relax, then that's not okay. Because, and you guys know, if you follow me, you know that I love my wines. And one of the things that I show my health coaching clients is how to have that life balance. I don't believe in limiting yourself. I believe in life balance, but I show you how to be smart about those indulgences. And that's the key word, indulge. That's not something you're going to do every day and on a consistent basis, because we have to take in consideration the effects of drinking every day. And that's something that I was doing. Mind you, I might be having just one glass, but one glass every day, it adds up. And then maybe on the weekends, because I was even more relaxed, I'll have two more. So it was adding up. So I realized, no, I have to stop this. There's so many other ways, natural ways, holistic ways that I know how to implement to relax and to wind down and to go to sleep. And if I was suffering from insomnia, how things that I can do to help, to help with my wake and sleep cycle. And I'll just step back and stop doing that and start implementing again the things that I already knew. And it was so life-changing, because the moment you utilize alcohol to relax, then your body start behaving differently. And that was a mistake that I made. And so I feel like it affects so many other things, and it's important that we know how it affects our body. And the more we learn how to understand and listen to our body, the better we can be, and the better we can use our body, to push after our goals and the things that we have on our day is very important. So I feel like those three mistakes, and I've made many, like those are not the only ones, but I feel like in this process, I feel that like they have been the ones that affected me the most, and I just wanted to share them with you, and we will discuss them in more detail on Tuesday, because I'm going to share with you the three things that super highly successful women do, wellness practices, so they can stay on top of their careers, the demands of their careers, and keep up with themselves as well. Not only with the demands of the careers, but also take care of themselves, because remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So if you are a busy woman, if you are an entrepreneur, an executive, if you're rocking your 9 to 5, if you have a side hustle, if you are a mommy with your business and you're busy, this masterclass is for you on Tuesday. I create especially for those of you who are busy, but for some reason have placed your health in the back burner, but now you're ready to take the reins of your health. This Tuesday, I'm going to show you the three things that there's so many things we can do, but I'm going to show you the three main things that you can do that other highly successful women are doing when it comes to their health and wellness, in order to stay on top of their careers, keep with the demands of their careers, and take care of themselves. That's going to be next Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Check your listings and your time frame, just to make sure that let's say if you're in LA or Chicago, Arizona, it depends. So I want to see you there. We're going to learn so much. And by the way, I'm going to show you my morning ritual, and I'm going to guide you through a process so you can create your own, customized to you and your realities. So you're going to walk away with a morning ritual for yourself, to give you energy, peace of mind, and then you can rock your day like the badass businesswoman you are. So I want to see you there on Tuesday. Go to the link on my bio to subscribe. It's going to be amazing. And I see you tomorrow here as well with another 15 minutes of lunch and learning about your health. Thank you for being here with me. Besos. Bye.